Hello and welcome to yet another WCBN sports broadcast of Michigan men's soccer. I'm Jeremy Parks. Alongside me today in the color position, Matthew Cox, making his WCBN debut. Today we're bringing you the Michigan Wolverines in their Big Ten home opener against the Northwestern Wildcats. Kickoff is just about ready to get underway here from Soccer Stadium in Ann Arbor. We'll give you the lineups as we get into play. Balls with a deep play down into Michigan's third. A little bit of heady play in the midfield to get this one underway. Northwestern going to look for some build-up play. Their back line today of Nate Dearth, Henry Harrell, and Nadi Schnittman. Coming up in the midfield for the Wildcats, Camden Boucher, Cole Misimo, Jeff Hobson, and Sam Forsgren. And then up in front for Northwestern, Joey Calistri, Mike Roberge, and John Mutterwell, with Zach Allen in net for Northwestern, who've earned themselves an early throw-in towards the Michigan third, throwing a few bodies into the Wolverines' box. Throw into the box going to be headed away by Ivo Serda. Back away by Tyler Anderson. Wolverines unable to clear. Anderson going to gain possession, though, and work it upfield for the Wolverines. Get it off to Colin McAtee, and it's going to be touched away for a Michigan throw near midfield. Michigan rolling out today on the back line with Andre Morris, Lars Eckenrode, Marcelo Borges, and Riley Woods, along with Tyler Anderson, Billy Stevens, Ivo Serda in mid, Will Malors-Blair, Colin McAtee, and Francis Atuahene bringing up the front for the Wolverines, and Evan Loro in net. Wolverines coming off a midweek defeat to the Detroit Titans, a bit of an upset. Meanwhile, Northwestern has won 2 in a row, both at home, trying to keep their momentum coming into the road. Matthew, what are you looking for this afternoon?
Hey, thanks, Jeremy. You mentioned it right there. Northwestern's hot right now. 2 games, 1 in a row at home. Let's see if they can continue that on the road. They've had 6 days off since they last played, so they've got a fresh pair of legs.
Anderson moving the ball up now for the Wolverines, up to Will Malors-Blair. On the far side of the Northwestern box, he's going to work back towards center and throw in a nice cross to Francis Atuahene, who's going to get a foot to it. Unable to put the final touch on it as it goes right into the hands of Zach Allen, the Northwestern goalkeeper. Early pressure from the Wolverines.
Yeah, that's what we're looking from Michigan, whether we can finish in the final third.
Allen going to kick it away. Billy Stevens going to gather possession for the Wolverines back in their third. Ball over to Francis Atuahene, working on the sidelines. Over to Ivo Serda. Bit of bullying going around there as Sam Forsgren and Ivo Serda get into it. Going to be a free kick for the Wolverines. Foul on Forsgren. Ball played back towards Andre Morris. Andre Morris working it up. Tyler Anderson in pursuit, but so is Will Malors-Blair. Ball going to be cleared away by Schnittman for Northwestern.
Let's see how Michigan can use the outside backs today to get forward and make something happen in the final third.
Michigan working the ball down in the Northwestern third here early, putting on the pressure. They've earned themselves a corner kick here off of the throw-in. Tyler Anderson getting the ball ready down there. A quick restart over to Riley Woods, who whoops it in with that nice left foot. Nobody home for the Wolverines, cleared away by the Wildcats. Billy Stevens going to regain possession at midfield for the Wolverines. Another ball looped in off of the foot of Ivo Serda, who dove in on the cross off the foot of Woods. Unable to direct that one on net as it goes flying off to the left.
Wolverines had a lot of guys attacking the box. That looks very intriguing early on. We like to see a lot of balls in from the outsides by the Wolverines.
Allen going to place it back, ready for a goal kick. He'll boot it upfield. Going to be met by the head of Riley Woods and back over to Andre Morris. Woods back into play. He's going to boot it upfield. Back past mid. Lars Eckenrode going to get a foot on it as well. Some heady back and forth play as the ball goes out for a Northwestern throw. The Nadi Schnittman to take the throw for Northwestern. Throw is going to go off the foot of Riley Woods and out for yet another throw, closer to center field this time. Schnittman to take the throw again. Headed away by Will Malors-Blair. Ball going to be taken here by Jeff Hobson for the Wildcats. Hobson going to go back to his defensive line, and a careless pass is going to go back to Francis Atuahene, who's now in a foot race. Going to cross it over through the box. Booted away by the Northwestern defense. It was a 2-on-2. Atuahene put on the Jets after a careless giveaway from Nate Dearth on the back line for Northwestern. Unable to put the foot on it was Colin McAtee. Ball's going to be back to Billy Stevens at midfield for the Wolverines. He's going to look to work it up. Evo Serta going to take it now. Back to McAtee. Contact there. Good sliding tackle from Sam Forsgren. Going to win the ball back for the Wildcats. Northwestern looking to take their time and play it back. Anticipating some build-up play. Big Motorwell going to hit it up towards the Wolverines' final third of the field, but Lars Eckenrode going to be in a battle there with Joey Calistri as the ball is worked away.
Michigan's forwards doing a good job of applying pressure on Northwestern's back line.
Northwestern have won themselves a throw yet again. This time on the near side, closest to us on the media stand here. Can't quite see who's throwing it in. Can't see very well. It's going to be 19 Hobson throwing it in for the Wildcats. It's going to go into the box where it's going to be cleared away by Andre Morris over to Wilma Lors Blair just outside the 18. Morris going to clear it again for another Northwestern throw in, this time on the opposite side of the field.
Some sloppy clearances early on by the Wolverines. Hope to improve that over the game.
Throw in for Northwestern is going to be taken by Mike Roberge. Roberge with some tricky play as he works in a cross. A little bit too heavy on the foot as Cole Misimo picks it up for Northwestern outside of the 18-yard box. Northwestern still trying to get some build-up play here. Back to Misimo. Misimo trying to work on Billy Stevens, but Billy Stevens gets a foot to it, goes out for a Northwestern throw. Going to be taken quickly by Motorwell. Motorwell over to Calistri. Calistri inside the box. He's going to take a shot on net. A little soft and right into the hands of Evan Loro for an easy save.
Up until that point, Michigan Wolverines putting a lot of pressure whenever Northwestern has the ball. Northwestern able to get a little space there and an early shot.
Michigan working off that back line with Lars Eckenrode. Ball worked up into the Northwestern third. Evo Serta is going to battle for it there with Misimo. Evo Serta still working that ball up the sideline. Misimo battling him. Ball's going to go out of play for a Michigan throw. Going to be taken quickly back into Atuahene, trying to work his way around the Northwestern defense. Tricky as ever, Francis Atuahene. Really proving to be a star here early on for the Wolverines in his first year. The number 17 recruit in the country, Francis Atuahene. Quite a snag for Coach Shaka Daly and the Wolverines.
Not only is he a good goal scorer, he's the good first defender. Attackers are always the first defenders on any good soccer team, and Atuahene does a good job of that.
Evo Serta's got the ball at midfield now for the Wolverines. Back off the foot of Nason. Nason back up to midfield. Ball's going to be won away by Henry Harrell. Northwestern regaining possession. Another careless pass as the ball goes to Colin McAtee. Able to swing one out to Malors Blair. Malors Blair takes a shot off the chest but controls it nicely. He's looking for a cross now. Puts a foot into the box. Shot on net. Cross in. Goal! Francis Atuahene! Off the shot from Will Malors Blair. Allen couldn't get a hold to it. Atuahene behind him puts the final foot into the top of the net. And the Wolverines have an early 1-0 lead here.
Atuahene does an absolute amazing job of positioning himself in a place to score. Inside the 6-yard box is a very dangerous place for a goalkeeper. Atuahene unmarked on the back post, able to tap in the goal for the Michigan Wolverines.
Henry Harrell thought he had Atuahene marked. Atuahene slipped away for just a moment. Malors Blair worked his way inside the box, curled in a shot that required a decent save from Allen, unable to keep the hands to it, and fell right to the feet of Atuahene for the easy finish. Less than 10 minutes in here, and the Wolverines with a 1-0 lead on the Northwestern Wildcats. Northwestern going to get the ball moving quickly, though, as Misimo is going to work his way into Michigan territory, trying to look for a cross into the box, looking for a quick response. Little tic-tac play there. Misimo to Calistri. Calistri is looking for Misimo to make a run into the box. Little tiki-taka there. Ineffective as it goes over the line for a goal kick.
That whole play Michigan scored on started from a turnover in the defensive third by the Wildcats. Look for Michigan to continue that pressure in that attacking third. Those offensive attackers playing defense early on.
Exactly right, Matt. That was the 4th defensive turnover already for the Wildcats early on in this game. Careless passing, going to do them in if they don't do something about it quickly. Evo Serta working for the ball there, takes a tumble. Riley Woods working for the ball now, but loses possession. Northwestern working the ball up towards midfield now. It's going to fall to the feet of Sam Forsgren. Forsgren puts in a nice ball as Misimo comes down that left-hand side. Eckenrode in chase with a nice slide tackle. Getting the ball just before Misimo gets there. Misimo goes tumbling on the tackle as well. Out of play for a Northwestern throw.
Terrific counterattack defense from the Wolverines. Looked stretched there. Riley Woods was still recovering on the backside. Great play by Eckenrode.
Looks like Misimo is going to take the throw for Northwestern. Actually, no, that's going to be Forsgren on the throw. Looking for Misimo. Throw in. Headed away by the Wolverines. Nason going to clear the ball away towards Will Malors-Blair. Ball at midfield with Tyler Anderson. Anderson working his way up that far sideline. Nice cut back and a little shovel pass off to Malors-Blair. Back to Nason. Nason up to Atuahene. Atuahene with a nice dump off to Evo Serta. Billy Stevens with some green in front of him now as he looks to loop in across. Played in well, but Northwestern good in defense as it's cleared away by Nate Dearth. Stevens with the ball again, goes back to Evo Serta. Wolverines working just past midfield now. They're going to go back and look for some more buildup. Andre Morris plays it over to Riley Woods. Woods back to WMB. Playing in midfield, taking their time now, are the Wolverines. Not in a rush. Still basking in the light of that goal just a moment ago. Eckenrode going to come way up from his defensive position. He's going to work his way around now. He's going to look to loop it across as it goes off of the body of the Northwestern defender, Henry Harrell.
Good work by Eckenrode to advance all the way up the field and get a good position for the Wolverines. Long throw looks like it's going to come in.
Abandoning that defensive post. Billy Stevens now there, going to be there near the corner to take the throw for the Wolverines. It's going to go short to Francis Atuahene. Atuahene working on 2 men right now. He works his way around with a nice little dump off past Evo Serta. Serta working his way around with some fancy feet. Serta still battling for the ball with Jeff Hobson. Going to go out off the feet of Serta for a Northwestern throw. That freshman pair of Serta and Atuahene really tricky for the Wolverines. They have a lot of fancy foot movement, have done very well at tricking defenders early on in the season here. Tyler Anderson going to play the ball back for the Wolverines now.
Another poor clearance by the Wildcats, and the Wolverines take over possession.
Andre Morris has the ball for the Wolverines just on their side of half field. Played back over to Lars Eckenrode. Eckenrode going to play it up, looking for Colin McAtee. Headed away there by Nate Dearth. Right back into Will Malors-Blair in a head-to-head collision as Will Malors-Blair made contact with John Motorwell. Foul called on Malors-Blair, who comes up in protest. No card shown, just a free kick for Northwestern from about 30 yards out from their own net. Francis Atuahene going to win the ball away there from Henry Harrell. He's working his way up the side now. Another careless play from Northwestern in their own third. Atuahene with a nice foot over. He's going to get a cross in. Rebounded shot by McAtee. Unable to put it on net. Bounce back to Atuahene. Atuahene took the shot off Zach Allen. Bit of confusion there with a lot of bodies in the box. But in the end, it's going to come to nothing more than a Northwestern goal kick.
Atuahene giving Henry Harrell a very difficult time whenever he's on the ball. Applying great pressure to this whole Northwestern back line, eventually stealing the ball and working with it.
Ball going to be headed away by Riley Woods off the goal kick. Will Malors-Blair going to head it on. Evo Serta battling there. High foot, got to be careful there. Serta still battling two Northwestern defenders. Appeals for handball. as Serta goes tumbling after a shove by Jeff Hobson, is going to leave the Wolverines with a free kick from about 35 yards out.
Wolverines a little lucky there. Looks like his hand did touch the ball. Gets a good call afterwards, though, for the free kick, defending the ball, taking his space.
Wolverines deciding who's going to take it. It's going to be that beautiful left foot from Riley Woods. Very similar to the position in which the Wolverines scored that game-winning goal just last week against Niagara. Going to loop it in with that left foot as Woods. Played in well, headed away by the Northwestern defense. And it's going to be a goal kick. Appeals from the Michigan players saying that it was headed away by Henry Harold, denied. Saying it went off the head of Will Malors Blair is the head referee.
Not a bad ball by Riley Woods. Had a lot of touches early on going up down the left flank. Gets in on the set pieces as well.
Goal kick going to be booted away by Allen. Headed at midfield by Mike Roberge for the Wildcats. Going to go out for a throw. Roberge going to run up to take it. Decides not to hurry the throw and is going to toss it back now. Giving way to Schnittman. Schnittman going to throw in. Going to be booted away by Andre Morris. Andre Morris, careless giveaway from the Wolverines as they allow the ball to come into their own third. And it's going to go out of play for a Northwestern throw off of the foot of what I believe is Brett Nason.
Wildcats having a tough time possessing the ball in the final third. Only have one shot today.
Good throw in. It's going to find its way right to the feet of Jeff Hobson in front of the box. Hobson going to go back over to 15. Misimo. Misimo takes a shot just wide right of the post by about 2 feet past the diving hands of Evan Loro. No harm done, but the Wolverines giving up a good shot. Going to go back for a goal kick.
Northwestern forwards finally linking up there. Couple taps off to each other, finally ending up with a decent shot on net. Or just missing wide past the post.
Loro boots it deep. It's going to meet the head of Mike Roberge. Northwestern in possession now, running up the field. Coming up that far side is Calistri. Calistri looking for Roberge. Cut out well by Lars Eckenrode, who appears to have tripped over his own foot, but it's going to be called a foul against Northwestern.
Eckenrode a little lucky there, possibly. It doesn't look like he was touched very hard, but did a good job to come over and make the play and steal the ball from the Wildcats.
Heard he applied to Juilliard last year. A strong applicant, but couldn't make it into the acting school. Going to be a free kick taken by Evan Loro just outside of Michigan's own box.
Very funny, Jeremy.
Loro going to boot it deep. You're in for a long season there, Matt. Heady play around midfield, bouncing off like a ping pong. Finally finds the feet of Brett Nason, who's going to go to Billy Stevens. Stevens working around 2 Northwestern defenders. Well won there by Sam Forsgren. As Joey Calistri comes forward, Calistri looking for some options, but again, poor communication by Northwestern in the final third. Going to lead to what looks like a Northwestern throw, if I'm not mistaken. Trotting over to take it is going to be Cole Misimo. Misimo into Calistri. Northwestern working just outside Michigan's box on the near side. Right inside the box is Forsgren, who's going to take a shot on net. Good save by Evan Loro. Dives with the hand. He was looking far post, was Sam Forsgren, but a good shot, resulting in a corner kick for Northwestern after a strong save required.
Beautifully worked by the Wildcats inside the 18-yard box. Many passes tinkering around, finally ending up with a decent shot on net. Have a corner here.
Looks like Henry Harrell going to be the one to take it for Northwestern. Comes into the box, headed away by Tyler Anderson. Poor cross in. Northwestern going to play it back now to midfield. They're going to look up for Nate Dearth. Dearth going to be called offside, though. Batting the ball away in frustration was Dearth. He would have had open green in front of him had he been a second more behind that.
Yeah, smart play by Dearth if he just could stay on. Lingering around after the corner kick went away, Michigan left him unmarked.
Good communication between Dearth and Nadi Schnittman, who booted that ball up to him.
Wolverines pushing forward.
Loro gets ready to boot it deep into Northwestern territory where it's going to fall to the feet of Francis Atuahene. Going to try and work it around there. The stopover cut out by Misimo and out for a Wolverines throw to be taken by Billy Stevens. Stevens throws it into Colin McAtee. McAtee trying to work with it. Evo Cerda with a nice turnaround to maintain possession. Back to the feet of McAtee, but Northwestern wins out. Coming up the field now for Northwestern, Cam Buscher. Goes back to Cole Misimo. Misimo takes a tumble as Francis Atuahene going to be called for the foul. Evo Cerda with a little bit of extracurricular play there, booting the ball away after the foul called. He's going to have a warning from the referee. No funny business here.
I don't think Northwestern was ready for how physical Michigan's forwards were going to be on them. A lot of pressure from them early on, making it very frustrating to pass around the back line.
A boot off the foot of John Motorwell. Going to find its way to Kalistri, who's going to work around outside the box. Trying to create some movement for Northwestern here. Good build-up play. Over to Jeff Hobson. Hobson going to go back to Buscher. Buscher over to Motorwell. Motorwell going to play it up. Back to Misimo. Misimo goes down. Foul called on Billy Stevens. And this is going to leave Northwestern with a well-positioned free kick opportunity.
Mike Robert is doing a terrific job for the Wildcats, checking in and checking out of the various gaps you can find in the Michigan defense.
Taking the kick is going to be Nate Deer. Oh, coming over now, Buscher. Camden Buscher and Sam Forsgren taking over. Both standing over the ball. Forsgren handling it. Whistle blows. It's going to be Buscher to take it. Buscher with a good spot in and a good header by Henry Harrell. Goes just wide left of the post. Well worked by Northwestern there as Harrell was able to get in front of Billy Stevens and get a good head on the ball.
Northwestern put 5 guys in the box there. Henry Harrell did a terrific job of meeting the ball at the right time, just a little wide of the left post.
Harrell with that traditional dash from coming right outside the edge of the box in as the boot came to the ball, found himself in perfect position, just unable to direct that header. Free kick away from Loro. Booted around. Andre Morris looking for Francis Atuahene down the line. Atuahene going to battle around there. It's going to be headed out of play by Motorwell. Throw to be taken by Evo Cerda. Cerda deciding not to take the quick throw. Going to give way to Billy Stevens.
Atuahene signaled for a slowdown of play.
He's got something in mind. Atuahene's trying to work around. Tried to play the ball in behind Motorwell. Motorwell battling with Atuahene. Atuahene wins the ball away from Motorwell. Coming up the side for the Wolverines. He goes down, but no call. And it's going to be cleared away by Mike Roberge.
Atuahene all over the place in the right flank, working well for Michigan.
Perhaps almost to a fault sometimes, Francis Atuahene tries to play the ball a little bit too much by himself.
Fair point, Jeremy. Applies a lot of pressure, though, and wins a lot of possession for the Wolverines. But, yes, you're right. He can give it away sometimes.
Cross in for the Wolverines, cleared. Back to the feet of Brett Nason. Nason plays back to Riley Woods. Woods goes back to Evo Cerda. Cerda going to boot it back to Andre Morris. Morris going to look for Will Malors-Blair up that far side. Malors-Blair going to play it into Tyler Anderson. Anderson with a good turnaround, takes a shot. Going to bounce right off the rear end of Colin McAtee.
A little unlucky there for the Wolverines. A decent shot from outside the box. We don't know if it was on target or not.
Talk about going from end to end off the backside of McAtee and out for a goal kick.
Poor McAtee. Just in the way at this moment.
Allen back in net for Northwestern. Boots it away towards midfield. Headed forward by Riley Woods. Foul going to be called against the Wolverines right at about midfield.
Woods with a little shove in the back to win that header. Spotted by the referee.
An appeal there from Buscher for a card. Going to go unanswered. Buscher going to stand behind the ball to take the free kick. Buscher boots it up left side. Down to the feet of Cole Misimo. Misimo going to get in a battle there with Billy Stevens as he comes back towards the outside of the box. Good defense there by Evo Cerda. Played away by Stevens. Looks for Malors-Blair. Wolverines have a bit of a break opportunity. Play slowed down. Good defense by Buscher to stop Malors-Blair from using that speed. Ball goes back to Riley Woods now. Wood's going to kick it back to his defensive line. Back to Andre Morris. In chase there, Joey Calistri. Back to Evan Loro. Loro going to switch up the play and go to Eckenrode. Looks like Eckenrode got a fresh cut this week. Looking pretty clean on the sides. I'm going to guess a 1.
Jeremy actually looks like a 2.
Some luscious cabbage out there. Wolverines going to play it near midfield. Andre Morris up to Will Mellors-Blair. Mellors-Blair taking it up the far side, trying to get that quick touch and use his speed to beat the defender.
Outside backs pushing up.
In defense is Schnittman. Goes back to Riley Woods. Woods kicks it off of the leg of Mike Roberge. Out for a Wolverines throw. Throw into Tyler Anderson. Anderson going to work the ball back towards center. Goes for the well-looped-in cross off the foot of Atuahene, unable to control it. Heads back out towards the feet of Brett Nason. Nason going to play it over to Billy Stevens. Back to Atuahene. Atuahene trying to get fancy there with a little twist around, but he's going to win possession back off the foot of Misimo. Atuahene cuts back. He's going to take a shot. Oh, just over the hands of Zach Allen.
Just when you think Atuahene has lost possession, he immediately fights back, wins the ball, and creates an outstanding chance for the Wolverines. Just plays it over the bar, unable to hit the target.
Gets under the skin of opposing defenders so well. It was motor well, just kind of stood there with the ball, maybe for half a second, but that was all Atuahene needed to read that, able to regain possession. Then a good cutback cleared 2 Northwestern defenders and left him with an open net, just a little too high on the shot. Heady play at midfield here. We're just under 20 minutes left here in the first half. Wolverines with a 1-0 lead, courtesy of the goal 10 minutes in off the foot of Francis Atuahene. Northwestern with possession. Working the ball around. Jeff Hobson with it. Atuahene and Cerda working together again. That freshman duo, oh so dangerous, goes out of play off the foot of Jake Roberge. Brother of Mike Roberge, I'm going to guess, has just come into the game in substitute. Now coming onto the field for the Wolverines, replacing Colin McAtee is going to be Yaman Salul, looking to take that center forward position, maybe create a few more opportunities. Stevens taking the throw for the Wolverines into the chest of Cerda. Back to Stevens. Stevens works it over to the side, battling there. Roberge and Stevens. Ball's going to find its way back to the foot of Andre Morris at midfield. Bodies flying everywhere, going for the ball. Foul called on Tyler Anderson as he went airborne into the body of Cam Buescher.
Careless play by Anderson, jumping right into the defenders of Northwestern. Ball going all over the place, but he needs to stay on the ground.
A little bit of an aerial hip check. Going to result in a Northwestern free kick to be taken by the goalkeeper, Zach Allen, from about 25 yards out from his own box. Matt, we saw Northwestern come out a bit more aggressively after that early Michigan goal, but they seem to have tailed off a little bit in their pressure. Thinking Jake Roberge coming in substitute might be looking to apply a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, you're right, Jeremy. Northwestern's really slowed down, only had 1 shot recently on goal. Wolverines' high pressure is really sticking it to them.
Eckenrode going to boot the ball back up past midfield. It's going to find the foot of Tyler Anderson. Anderson going to work over there with Buescher. Going to go out for a Wolverines throw, taken quickly by Anderson, back to Will Mellors-Blair. Going to boot it back to Riley Woods. Woods working around 2 defenders at the moment. He goes down, and a foul is going to be called on the far end of the field. That foul is either going to be on Henry Harrell or Schnittman. Couldn't quite tell who. He was bullied by both of them before falling down to the ground. Wolverines with a free kick now, about 35 yards out roughly on that far end.
Good chance for the Wolverines to whip in a good ball into the box. 5 or 6 Wolverine men in the box.
Looks like Anderson to take it. Going to boot it in with that right foot. Off just past Yaman Salul, and a quick shot taken by Mellors-Blair, high and wide. And an opportunity wasted for the Wolverines.
Mellors-Blair had a little more time than I think he thought. Maybe could have got a touch on and taken a shot off the ground instead of a high volley.
Results in a goal kick. Zach Allen taking his time placing the ball. 16:53 left here in the first half. Allen finally taking a boot to it. Up towards center field. Looking for Jake Roberge. Back to Eckenrode. Eckenrode going to boot it upfield. Yaman Salul trying to make something happen. Going to fall back to the feet of Buescher for the Wildcats. Battling there with Jeff Hobson. Hobson going to boot the ball up. He was looking for Roberge. Roberge unable to make the run. Going to go out for a Michigan throw.
Lars Eckenrode looks strong early on for the Wolverines, winning every 50-50 ball that comes near him.
Ivo Serda going to handle that throw in. Going to go back to Jake Roberge. Good play by Billy Stevens to re-win possession and kick it up to Francis Atuahene, but won back quickly by Roberge. And a little bit of ticky-tacky ball here on the near side, near the sideline, results in a Northwestern throw. Jake Roberge holding on, looking to take it. Throws it into Cameron Buescher.
Northwestern's just a little too slow once they win possession. Played it back to the back line off the throw. Had a chance to attack, but slowed it down once again.
Good back heel pass there for Motorwell. Going to keep possession for Northwestern as they decide to switch up the play and head up the far side. Schnittman going to look up to Jeff Hobson. Hobson battling two Wolverine defenders. Trying to find his way to the feet of Calistri. Calistri going to go back to Buescher. Buescher really the spark plug for Northwestern in that midfield. When he pushes up, they create opportunities. When he stays behind, they've been relatively slow and ineffective. Battle for the ball there. Francis Atuahene going to try and win it. Just out of his reach. Northwestern avoiding a awkward moment there as they regain possession and work their way back up past midfield.
Turning it into a counterattack now, though. Michigan collects.
Shannon Seymour has come into the game for the Wildcats. We missed his substitution. He's playing in that center attacking mid-possession nearby with Hobson and Buescher. Ball's going to go out of play on the near side for a Northwestern throw. Looks like it's going to be taken by Motorwell. As we said, Shannon Seymour appears to have come in for, I'm going to guess, Forsgren. I don't see Forsgren on the field at the moment. Yes, it has been confirmed. It is Shannon Seymour for Sam Forsgren in that kind of combo midfield forward position. Ball going to be booted up by Motorwell. Ball going to bounce around inside the Michigan box until it's cleared away by Lars Eckenrode. Going to fall to Francis Atuahene. He's got Yaman Salul trying to make a run up. Going to switch up the play, go over to Will Malors-Blair. Malors-Blair's got Green on that far side.
Great ball by Atuahene to switch up the play.
Finding some joy over there is Malors-Blair. He takes a shot from the far corner of the box. But again, low, looking for that low near post. A bit outside, and it'll result in another Northwestern goal kick.
Good connection by Atuahene and Malors-Blair. Not a bad idea by Malors-Blair to take that shot. Low and hard is always the way to go to test a goalkeeper. Just a little too low left.
As we said, Mellors-Blair has been finding a lot of joy down that left-hand side. Maybe a little bit too trigger-happy early on here, taking a few shots from speculative distance, to say the least. Ball going to be played away towards the Northwestern defense by Brett Nason. Yaman Salul and chase, but it's going to be headed back by Harrell into the hands of the goalkeeper, Zach Allen. Allen now handling the ball, going to roll it out. Decide to use the feet instead of the hands. Boots it up from just outside his own box, looking for Jake Roberge. Ball now to the feet of Joey Calistri, working backwards. And careless giveaway into the feet of Yaman Salul. Atuahene working up to his right. Able to come back and win it back is Calistri after giving it away, though.
Salul playing a little too slow after he won possession. Not aware of who was behind him.
Billy Stevens going to head the ball forward. And it's going to go out off of the head of Cam Buescher. Or a Michigan throw as Billy Stevens going to take a short trot up there to take control of the ball. Quick recap, Michigan winning this one 1-0 with 12:13 left to go in the first half, courtesy of a Francis Atuahene goal off of the rebounded shot from Will Malors-Blair. Throw in is to Tyler Anderson. Anderson was looking for Atuahene, but well won out by Motorwell. Motorwell and Atuahene really having a Trojan battle of sorts down that right-hand side here. Atuahene going to find it again. Ball going to ricochet around and find the feet of Yaman Salul in front of the box. He's going to go out to Malors Blair again on the left side, just out of the reach of his foot. And it's going to tap off of the corner flag, but going to be ruled a throw for Northwestern. Taking that throw is going to be Schnittman. Nadi Schnittman. Throws in. Possession won by Northwestern as they push upfield. Trying to get a little bit tricky there is Cole Misimo. Loses the ball out to the Wolverines, and they play it back to Eckenrode.
Billy Stevens playing a huge part here in the first half, winning a lot of balls out on the right flank and playing them up the side to Ottawa Hene early on.
Wolverines have brought in Capitula in the midfield.
Subbed off for Ivo Cerda.
Cerda and Ottawa Hene really were working in tandem this first half, but seeing how the dynamic changes up once they bring in Capitula. Capitula seeing a lot of playing time early on this season. Ball's going to be blown dead for a foul. Down on the ground is John Motorwell for Northwestern as Capitula helps him back up. Just coming onto the field, Capitula gets a warning from the referee. Careful with the contact.
He knew he was out of place there, went over and apologized to John Motorwell.
Matt, what's your strategy if you're inside 10 minutes for both the Wolverines and the Wildcats?
The Wolverines just have to keep up what they're doing. I mean, outshooting the Wildcats 10-3 at the moment. Wildcats have to pick up the play in the final third, connect a couple more passes. There was a brief 10-minute period where they were making a lot of cute touches to each other and gained a couple shots, but slowed down for the last 10 minutes or so, Jeremy.
Meanwhile, the ball was booted away by Brett Nason to the feet of Zach Allen and net for the Wildcats. He's going to reset the play and boot it upfield. Challenging him is Yaman Salul, unable to get ahead to it. Jumping high and into the sky is Lars Eckenrode to win the ball. Ball played in by Jeff Hobson. Northwestern with the ball in the box now. Looks as though he was looking for Shannon Seymour, but the ball played away. Northwestern able to maintain possession, but missing the open Seymour at the top of the box. Mellors Blair with some cheeky play to Riley Woods. Woods now able to work his way up the side.
Riley Woods with a great move there, moving Michigan forward.
Capitula's got the ball right in center of the box. Takes a speculative shot from 30.
Woods with another stop, gets the ball back for the Wolverines.
Mellors Blair outside the box. Going to work his way in, looking for somebody home. Going to find Capitula. Capitula with goal! Michael Capitula off another assist from Will Mellors Blair. Boots it from right at the penalty spot past Zach Allen, left him standing. And the Wolverines take a 2-0 lead here.
Capitula only been in for a couple minutes and already making a huge impact on the game. That play was started, though, by Riley Woods on the left side, taking over and counterattacking, ending up in the back of the net.
That trying to get going quickly again as they did after the last goal. Elo Ozumba coming in for the Wildcats. He's going to take the center forward position for what appears to be Calistri.
Wolverines have to be happy with how they are finishing early on. 12 shots, 2 goals is a terrific first half.
There's Capitula causing trouble again as he's going to work the ball over to Robbie Mertz, who's come in for the Wolverines. Capitula going to play it back to Mertz. Mertz playing up the right-hand side. Capitula going to have a little bit of space as he's going to have to work around, puts a cross in, looking for Yaman Salul, unable to find him. Back to Tyler Anderson at the top of the box. Goes back to Brett Nason. Wolverines making some wholesale changes after that last goal. Goes back.
Just outside the 6-yard box. Wildcats hope they don't score another one. make it 3-0 going into the half. Corner for the Wolverines, slowing it down a little bit now.
Corner kick looks like it's going to be taken by Brett Nason. Or no, that's Riley Woods. Woods with the left. Boots it in. Ball going to be bounced around, punched away by Allen. Capitula with a shot back in, blocked away by Hobson. Back over to Riley Woods. Woods going to be tripped up. Good tackle there, though, from Hobson. Playing the ball back, switching up the play. Andre Morris goes back to Billy Stevens. Stevens coming on that left side now, looking for Capitula, but just a little bit long.
Michigan's substitutions have been key here in the game. Each one making an impact as soon as they touch the field.
Didn't catch it right away that Marcelo Borges had come in and is now working up that left side for Will Mellors-Blair. Wonder how much of that might have to do with Mellors-Blair ankle. Ankle been bothering him as of late. Appeared to be moving on it well, but again, Shaka Daly with a 2-0 lead. Perhaps giving him a little bit of rest, not working him to 100%. Ozumba is looking to make some fancy play over to Jake Roberge, but boots the ball back off his back heel out for a Michigan throw. Shaka Daly on the sideline, giving some instruction to Billy Stevens before the throw-in. Goes off the chest of Yaman Salul, back to Billy Stevens. Into the feet of Hobson. Hobson goes back, ball into Eckenrode.
Eckenrode with another win on a 50-50 ball.
They say if rebounds win you basketball games, 50-50 balls win you soccer matches.
Eckenrode likes to win soccer matches, Jeremy.
Careless giveaway there by the Wolverines as it's going to lead to an awkward moment. Riley Woods forced to chase it back all the way to Evan Loro. As Roberge was in pursuit. Wolverines now working up that left side. Borges looking for it. Going to get the ball back. Going down on the play is Yaman Salul just in front of the box. Foul going to be called on Nate Dearth, and a yellow card going to be shown as Dearth with a push in the back on Salul. Sort of caught his leg, it appears. Salul back up now. And this is going to be a prime free kick opportunity for the Wolverines.
The Wildcats are having a tough time defending both the left and right flanks. Marcelo Borges did a good job to move it up the field. Salul earning the free kick. Even when Ottawa Henne was in on the right side, Northwestern had a tough time defending.
Riley Woods with the left foot standing off to the right of the ball. And Capitula with the right opposite him. Both standing at equal distance. Whistle blows. It's going to be Capitula to take it. Capitula got greedy there. Took a shot about a mile above that top bar.
Yeah, he just got way under it there. Wonder if he maybe slipped on contact.
Saw some of his body come backwards, forced that direction up and over the bar. Missed it by a mile.
Waste of a chance by the Wolverines.
Goal kick going to be taken by Zach Allen, booted up towards midfield. Couple diving heads there. Jake Roberge winning the throw for Northwestern. Also now in for the Wildcats, Drew Rosenberg in defense. Appears to have replaced John Motorwell. Cam Buscher.
Michigan defenders doing a good job of forcing Northwestern back whenever they played up the sides. Billy Stevens there forcing Northwestern all the way back into their own half with the pass.
Northwestern trying to play it up that right-hand side. Michigan's defensive four have been very good today.
No changes
closing down.
No changes needed by them. All of them look very solid and getting in on the offense as well.
A little bit of back and forth play here between Tyler Anderson and Capitula. Going to play it into Borges. Borges going to play it into Capitula with a good cross, but a little bit too far out for Yaman Salul, who was waiting in the center of the box. Meanwhile, Northwestern going to look it up, try and get to Ozumba. Ozumba not speedy enough to catch up to that one, a little bit too hard, and it's booted away and out of play by Andre Morris.
Andre Morris covering for Eckenrode there. Good communication by the two in the back. No danger for the Wolverines defense recently.
4 minutes left here in the first half. Wolverines with a 2-0 lead. Goals by Ottawa Henne and Capitula. Ball played away by Lars Eckenrode on our near side. Back to Buscher. Buscher looking for Hobson. And kicked up by Brett Nason. Looking for Yaman Salul to make a run, but not fast enough. Salul going to hassle the back line there, though, of Henry Harrell. And it's going to be played up back to that fresh cut of Lars Eckenrode. Loro going to play it back out to Andre Morris, who's going to switch the play and work up the far side now.
Michigan Ultras finally getting involved in the game. Go Blue chanting back and forth now.
A bit of a big game for the Wolverines here today. The Big Ten Conference play home opener for them. Ultras coming out in force as usual. Good slide tackle there by Motorwell, who was not the one that was replaced in the last substitution. That was actually Schnittman. Billy Stevens with the throw here for the Wolverines. Pops it in, looking for Salul, trying to get free. And it's just going to wind up back at the feet of Billy Stevens. Looking for Tyler Anderson. Wanted Anderson to make a run up that right side, but little lack of communication there is going to lead to a Northwestern goal kick.
Good idea by Billy Stevens, just not on the same page with Anderson. There was lots of grass in the corner there. Wildcats are not covering terrifically, but lucky Michigan was just out of sync.
Matt, what do you say if you are the Northwestern coach in the locker room at halftime coming in down 2 goals?
You really got to turn things around in the offensive third. There hasn't been much possession for the Wildcats up there since about midway through the first half. Unable to connect of recent, but promising play early on. Hopefully they can turn that around. Michigan's defense really shutting them down as of recent.
I'd say that Michigan back four really the difference maker here this far this afternoon. Really buying a lot of time for the offense to create some good plays. Watch number 4 in the box here, Nate Dearth off the free kick for Northwestern, making a good run unmarked. Ball going to be booted back out towards Buscher. Looked like they were looking for Dearth, but booted away by Yaman Salul. Back to Andre Morris. Northwestern working the ball up the right-hand side now. Going to be won away by Riley Woods, or Capitula actually. Capitula working his way up that side now. Capitula and Woods with the same neon green cleats on. Yaman Salul with a little bit of fancy back and forth, keeping possession for the Wolverines as he heads back to Eckenrode. Brett Nason going to play it to Capitula as Capitula is looking to make it move inside. Going to go to Marcelo Borges. Borges going to work it in towards Robbie Mertz. Ball going to fall to the foot of Yaman Salul. Salul going back to Capitula. Wolverines toying with the Northwestern defense outside. Back to Billy Stevens on the right.
This is the play the Wildcats lack. Possession past half field. Really easy for the Wolverines moving it side to side, but for the Wildcats, not the same thing.
Something trademarked by those mid-2000s Spanish teams, that tiki-taka passing play where possession is absolutely paramount.
Yeah, Michigan is a team that dominates possession every game. Doesn't always result in a victory for the Wolverines, but working very well today, up 2-0 as the first half comes to a close. 10 seconds now.
It looks like Loro is going to keep the ball at his feet and let the last few seconds tick away here for the half. Players already headed back towards their locker rooms. We're going to head into halftime. Michigan Wolverines with a 2-0 lead over the Northwestern Wildcats in their Big Ten home opener. We'll be back in just 15 minutes for second half play. I'm Jeremy Parks, alongside me Matthew Cox. You're listening to WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan men's soccer. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to WCBN FM sports coverage of Michigan men's soccer. We're live for the second half of this matchup between the Michigan Wolverines and the Northwestern Wildcats. I'm Jeremy Parks. Alongside me, making his WCBN debut as well, Alex Lopez. Moving over to the engineering technical position is Matthew Cox, who was on color in the first half. So we've got a little bit of a switch up ourselves. There have been some switches made out on the field. Michigan getting ready to get this one back underway after a strong first half with goals from Francis Atuahene and Michael Capitula. Alex, what did you see in that first half there from both sides? And what do you look for in the second half if you're Northwestern, down 2 goals? You need to produce something quickly.
Well, right away you saw that the wingers on both sides for Michigan really attacked the ball on the defensive side. And Atuahene really won the ball back when he did lose it a few times. And on the defensive side, Lars Eckenrode really stepped up and just provided a really central figure for to shut down any Wildcat attack. For Northwestern, they really have to get time on the ball. They haven't had much possession. Anytime they've had the ball, they've been trying to just counterattack real quick, but they have to slow down their tempo, really take their time and choose their passes as well. The few attacks they had in the beginning of the first half looked really promising, and good saves by Evan Luro really helped out Michigan.
Meanwhile, we are back underway here. Northwestern has themselves a throw towards the Michigan end of the third. Throw is going to be taken. It's going to be worked back towards Francis Atuahene. Atuahene blazing with that speed up the far side on the sideline. Going to decide to dump it back to Capitula. Back to Capitula. Over to Francis Atuahene. Going to try and whoop in across, looking for Yaman Salul, but it's going to be cut out and away by Henry Harrell in defense. And booted away by the Wolverines back over the byline for a goal kick. Back in net for Northwestern this half. Zach Allen gave up 2 goals in the first half. Pretty impressive, though, considering Michigan had 15 shots throughout that entire first half, comparing only to Northwestern's 4.
Yeah, Zach Allen's 2 goals he allowed, though, there wasn't much he could do. Both Atuahene's shot and Capitula's, they were just blasting to the back of the net from great crosses on both ends.
Working the ball up the side now, Joey Calistri. Calistri working his way into the box, looking for a cross. He's found Sam Forsgren. Forsgren with a shot on goal. Going to be blocked away by the Wolverines and cleared. Awkward defensive moment there. Ball finds itself back at the feet of Cole Misimo. Misimo back over to Forsgren. Forsgren over to John Motorwell. Motorwell works it into Misimo. Misimo. Ball worked inside. Worked away by Capitula. Capitula working. Northwestern going to play back, try and switch the play at midfield. Careless pass given away to Will Mellers-Blair. He's going to use that speed to blaze up the near side here down the sideline. Going to stop up quickly, gather himself, look at his options. He's going to cut back in towards center. Will Mellers-Blair still with the ball at his feet, still working. Finally, the ball tipped away by Cam Buescher. Northwestern going to try and come up and attack now.
And this is exactly what Northwestern needs. The time on the ball, possession, really build their attack. And you can see just because they already had a shot on goal in the first 3 minutes, you know that they figured out what they have to do, really get possession, open up the defense, and look for any holes.
Indeed, switching the play as Motorwell looks up that left-hand side, trying to find Mike Roberge. Unable to find him. Good clearance by Lars Eckenrode, out for a Northwestern throw near the corner. Coming in to take the throw will be Jeff Hobson. Hobson played all 45 minutes of the first half for the Wildcats, one of only a few players to do so. Saw a lot of substitutions towards the end of the half from both sides. Long throw into the box, going to bounce off a few heads. A little uncomfortable for a moment, but cleared away by the Wolverines. Mellers-Blair and Chase, but it's going to find its way back to the feet of Schnittman. Schnittman going to play it up to Forsgren. Forsgren working his way around. Few defenders. One back by Capitula. Capitula back to Yaman Salul. Salul back to Will Mellers-Blair. Brett Nason trying to work it up now. Back to Riley Woods and back to Andre Morris as the Wolverines will take their time and try and build up a little bit of an attack here. Ball goes back to Lars Eckenrode. Eckenrode just going to boot it back to Loro. Let Loro hit it deep. Looking for Mellers-Blair, I'm going to think. And he does boot it, looking for Mellors-Blair. Mellors-Blair got some green, handled well. Coming in pursuit with Schnittman. Schnittman going to eventually win that ball away, boot it back towards center. Tyler Anderson with a little bit of a hip shove there on Jeff Hobson. Hobson goes down, and the Wildcats win themselves a free kick, taken quickly as Misimo is trying to sprint upfield through the Wolverine defense, dumps it off. Northwestern with the cross into the box, just a bit long, and it's going to roll itself over the byline. Going to leave a Michigan goal kick for Evan Laurel. Wind has picked up significantly here in the second half. Got papers blowing all over the place up here.
Misimo's really been a maestro in the midfield for Northwestern today. He's really taken control, and he's provided some pretty good shots for them so far.
Laurel waiting to put the boot through it. Send it back up towards midfield. Bit of a awkward boot there as it goes out towards Mellors-Blair. Didn't get a whole lot on it. Back to Woods. Capitula tried to play it to Mellors-Blair, but goes out of play for a Northwestern throw to be taken by Schnittman. Schnittman throws it into Calistri. A little bit of tugging and pulling there. Ball will go out of play. Northwestern's throw. There'll actually be a free kick for Northwestern after the pulling and shoving with Riley Woods. Line judge called the ball out. Referee called a free kick. It'll be Cam Buscher to take it. Head referee making the final decision on that one. Buscher taking his time, sizing up his targets. Loops it in with that right foot up high. Couple heads bouncing around. Northwestern coming around on the side. A near opportunity for Mike Roberge to get a foot to it, but the Wolverines clear just outside of their own box. Northwestern still maintaining possession, though. Jeff Hobson working around on the outside. Northwestern going to loop in another cross. Oh, awkward clearance there. Riley Woods nearly put it into his own net. About 2 feet in front of Evan Laurel, who was standing on his line. That cross needed to be cleared by Woods, but he put it directly over the top bar and out of play. Dangerous clearance there.
Northwestern really picking up the pace the second half, really trying to attack and really get shots on target. And you can see that they're starting to find space. They're trying to find open looks.
Northwestern going to have another opportunity on net. Ooh, we're going to have to sum this up for you in a moment. There's a lot of fighting going on down in that net now, pushing, shoving, kicking. We've got almost both teams stuck in the nets now. Billy Stevens still trying to get into it, being held back by Capitula. The corner was looped in by Northwestern. There was an opportunity. Laurel came in off his line to make the grab, and a sliding foot of what I believe was Sam Forsgren took out Evan Laurel. That led to a strong push by Billy Stevens, shoved the Northwestern player back into the net. Calistri still back there having words with Lars Eckenrode. Meanwhile, Laurel's on the ground holding his legs. We're going to see what the referees decide to do here.
It could go both ways here, but Laurel looks like he's fine at least. He got back on his feet. It did look like he took a hard tackle, though.
Took a very hard slide tackle. Responded in kind, as we said, Billy Stevens with the shove. Malice on the pitch. Referee getting ready with his cards. Going to be a yellow card. Initially shown to Eckenrode, I believe. We'll find out for sure in a moment. Not quite sure who he held the card up to. Boy, Billy Stevens was incensed. He wanted to pull out the fists, but he was held back by Capitula. Still a lot of arguing going on between Stevens and the referee. That is the last thing that you want to see. Laurel came off the line. It was a slide actually from Nate Dearth, who took out Laurel. I believe that's who got the yellow card. Mike Roberge receiving a yellow card. Billy Stevens receiving a yellow card. Surprisingly, no ejections after that.
With Billy Stevens' aggressiveness, it could have gone either way. It borderline red, but clearly easily yellow. But both referees want the play to continue.
Laurel going to get ready to put it back into play off a goal kick here. Things have calmed down. A good few minutes there due to the brawl between both teams in the Michigan net. And another hard foul at midfield. Yaman Salul taking down Mike Robert, who's on the ground. No card shown there. Northwestern are going to have a free kick just past midfield. Surprised Shaka Daly, even though that Stevens wasn't kicked out, is still leaving Stevens out there. Watch him very closely for some retaliatory actions. Northwestern going to loop in their free kick. Was looking for Forsgren, but it goes over his head and out of play for a Michigan throw near the corner.
And those are the kind of things that Northwestern, if they really want to get back in this game, has to calm down. They have possession of the ball, and they're going for the big play, but at this point, they have to build it up a little bit and try to get shorter passes and towards the net instead of a long pass.
Ivan Salul winning possession. Wolverines on a bit of a break here. It's 4-on-3. Tyler Anderson plays it into Atuahene. Atuahene tried to take a short touch. Going to still wind up at the feet of Atuahene somehow. He's working his way towards the middle of the box. Battling between the Northwestern defenders. Tyler Anderson finally going to loop the ball over. He was looking for a cross into the box. Not sure if he was trying to take a shot. Might have been looking for Mellors Blair, who didn't make the run. Going to be called offsides, though. It's going to be Zach Allen to take the kick here. Some high-paced, very aggressive play here in the last 5 to 10 minutes from both sides coming out of the locker room.
But it wasn't surprising, though, because Michigan did come out in the first half attacking and all. Now Northwestern's picking up their own pace, and they know they're down 2, and they really need a first goal in the first 10, 15 minutes to really get back into this game.
Capitula with the ball for the Wolverines near midfield. Back to Brett Nason. Nason looking for Tyler Anderson to make a run. Unable to. It's headed away by Harrell for the Northwestern defense, and it eventually goes out off the head of Nadi Schnittman. Wolverines will have themselves a throw near the Northwestern box. Going to be a quick throw taken by Riley Woods into Mellors Blair. Mellors Blair trying to do a little foot over, but out of play from Schnittman. Another Wolverines throw about 5 yards further down the line. Quick throw into Capitula. Capitula working on the outside. Capitula works it back in towards Tyler Anderson. Anderson back to Capitula. Good play there. Capitula looking, trying to find Yaman Salul on the quick through pass, but Salul not fast enough, just a little bit too much on the through ball. Great play there by Michael Capitula.
Since he's got on, Capitula has really been a focus on this team with already a goal in the first half. He's really taken control, and you can see right there that with them, Michigan's offense is flowing really well right now.
As you said, already a goal to Capitula's name. Northwestern trying to play as Andre Morris clears the ball back out of play down our side. Lands in the hands of a lucky fan. Throw to be taken by Schnittman down the line. Schnittman going to go into Calistri. Calistri. Foul called against the Wolverines. It's going to be on Brett Nason for a foul on Nadi Schnittman. Held him up by the legs as the ball traveled past them. It'll be Cam Buscher taking the free kick with that right foot of his, trying to loop it into the box here from about 30. Buscher going to loop it in. A couple bouncing heads. It's going to fall to the feet of Henry Harrell. Harrell's going to work it back across into the box. Cleared away by the Wolverines. Going to fall to Billy Stevens, who makes a fine backwards kick. Wolverines going to find themselves on the break now. Francis Atuahene has a lot of speed. He's going to get over to Capitula. We've got 3 coming down the line. Atuahene right up the middle. Francis Atuahene is around. He's going to walk it right into the net. He holds up. Oh! Holds up. Yaman Salul. Back to Capitula. Out, finally off the foot of Nate Dearth, the Wolverines. It was a 4-on-3 situation. A wonderful through ball play to Francis Atuahene. Zach Allen came all the way up to the edge of his box. Challenged Atuahene just enough where the ball rolled right to the byline. Atuahene not able to tap it into the net before Dearth able to come in and save the day for the Wildcats. Just a corner kick for the Wolverines. How about that?
Zach Allen showed no fear approaching Atuahene as he came up. That's why he got past him, but his touch just took him a little bit too far, and his momentum carried to the byline. And by then, Zach Allen had got back on his line, and Northwestern was able to snuff out the attack.
Just a tap away from a Francis Atuahene brace. Ball's going to be booted away now by Zach Allen. Atuahene is going to head it back towards midfield. Now it's at the feet of Tyler Anderson. He's going to work his way back. Wolverines really put the pressure on there. Going to try and build up play here again. Billy Stevens looking for Yaman Salul. A little bit of pushing and shoving there. Good defense by Henry Harrell. Able to get the ball away, but back to Tyler Anderson. Anderson tried to make a little move to cut back. And it eventually goes out off his foot for a Northwestern throw. Still a little bit of tension between these teams as Anderson threw that ball right at the feet of one of the Northwestern players attempting to come and take the ball for the throw-in. Good defense there, though, by Anderson. Winning possession back for the Wolverines as Capitula works his way up. Look for Mellors Blair come down that left-hand side. Got a lot of green in front of him. Capitula's got the ball in front of the net. He's going to take a shot.
Capitula had all the right, but he had a Mellors Blair on the left side and probably could have passed it out, but his shot was still fine.
Capitula had it go from about 20 yards out. Went wide right. Tried to go low right post. But it goes out for a Northwestern goal kick. Zach Allen back to take this again. Been a high-pressure, high-paced second half since coming out of the locker room 15 minutes ago.
How long will the teams be able to hold up this pace, though? That is the true question, especially with such high offense. At one point, either one will break away or one team will have to slow down, take their time, especially Northwestern. They're getting some great looks and great shots, but either they're going to have to keep up this pace for the next 30 minutes or so or slow it down and look for some precise and key passes to get into the net.
A lot of that comes down to head coach Shaka Daly as well as Northwestern substitutions. We saw quite a few coming inside the final 10 minutes back in the first half. Shaka Daly's, of course, he put in Capitula. Capitula scored a goal about 4 minutes after coming in off of the sideline. That really could prove to be a crucial point for both teams, who they decide to put in here later in the second half. Not a worry quite yet. Just coming down to the half-hour mark. 30 minutes and 40 seconds left here.
Shaka Daly's choices of substitutions have really been key for this game, and all of them have either came in and contributed in some sort of way or actually come in and scored for them.
Evan Laurel's back for a Michigan goal kick. Going to send his boot through it back up through midfield. Going to go over the head of a Northwestern defender. Fell to Atuahene's chest but away. Cleared by Northwestern. Henry Harrell with the boot down the far side for a Michigan throw. Billy Stevens to take. Stevens appears to have calmed down. His face looks a little bit less red after the battle in the net just 5-7 minutes ago. Capitula looking to put a ball into the box for Salul. Salul struggling to find the openings in the central forward position after coming in earlier in the first half for Colin McAtee.
Nathan Durth has really locked him up and not giving him any open looks, really keeping him on and off sides. And so he's going to have to keep up with it and eventually just work his way through. But so Northwestern's defensive line has really kept them locked up, but they were looking a bit weak on the wings.
Northwestern bringing pressure. Henry Harrell, Comissimo shot blocked. Michigan trying to clear the ball yet again. First shot made by Jeff Hobson. Second shot off the foot of Henry Harrell. Both blocked.
Again, Lars Eckenrode being a central key figure for that defense for Wolverines today.
Billy Stevens moving the ball up towards Francis Atuahene. Atuahene with a good head to save the clearance. Yaman Salul going to play it up to Atuahene. Atuahene trying to turn on the Jets now. What's he going to do? Quick stop up. Watch those magic feet. He's going to loop one in towards Will Mellors Blair. Mellors Blair with a little bit of slight on the left-hand side. He tried to find Salul for a soft cross inside the box, but unable to find Salul yet again with that big body. Northwestern going to try and clear off the foot of Atuahene back for a Northwestern throw near their own corner.
Great job by Atuahene, stopping, looking up, and showing that he can cross all the way to the field to see Mellors Blair on the other side.
Throw going to be taken here for Northwestern by Nate Dearth. Standing down near their own corner, sizing up his options. Got Buescher on the far throw. Ball going to be won away by the Wolverines into Capitula's feet. And played away towards Mike Roberge. Roberge moving up the side now. Through ball just a little bit too long and able to be cleared away by Andre Morris. Both teams going all-out attack here in the last 10 minutes.
Michigan really trying to put this game away up early, trying to get up 3-0, while Northwestern still also trying to look to their first goal and make this a close game.
Well, they say 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
It is true. It's that moment where do you keep on going, pressing down on the gas pedal and trying to go for 3-0, or do you lax up a little bit? And if you lax up a little bit just too much, it might become 2-1.
Well, we talked about it just a moment ago. Yaman Salul struggled in that central forward position earlier on in the day. He's going to be replaced by Colin McAtee here. McAtee going to try and do what Salul could not and create some green up in the central position up top for the Wolverines and create a few more opportunities than Salul was able to. Meanwhile, Northwestern going to move the ball up. Don't quite have numbers, but about an even break opportunity. Ball currently at the feet of Misimo. Misimo going to move it back over and across into the box is going to be played well. Falls back to the feet of Kalistri. Kalistri going to take a left-footed shot, blocked away. Good block by Andre Morris, allowing time for Riley Woods to clear it away. Wolverines looks a little bit awkward there.
But Nation looks a little bit hurt. He looks like he's limping a little bit. He did take a fall in the middle of all of that, but looks like he's starting to pick it back up, and he looks to be pretty good, pretty fine.
Cross was well played by Forsgren into Kalistri. Kalistri tried to take it with that powerful left foot, unable to. Kalistri tried to cross the ball in there off of the throw, but another good block by Andre Morris is going to leave Northwestern with a corner kick. Morris also down, not sure if he's tying his shoe. He doesn't appear to be hurt. Just taking a quick moment to retie the old boot there. Coming over to the corner now to take the kick for Northwestern appears to be Forsgren. Sam Forsgren going to try and use that left foot. Loop one in for Northwestern here. Last time it was Henry Harrell who got free. Harrell trying to get free again. Laurel came off his line, tried to punch it away. Battled with Nate Dearth there. Goes eventually off of the hands of Laurel for another corner kick. Same position, same setup. Gutsy move by Laurel to come off the line.
Both teams have to take more opportunity on their corner kicks. Each have had about 3 to 4 corner kicks with nothing to see from neither results come through.
This time it's going to be blocked away by Riley Woods. Riley Woods now going to challenge Forsgren over on the side here. Cleared away by Riley Woods. Francis Atuahene trying to chase in. Going to win that ball back, and Northwestern going to pop it up in the air. Atuahene still battling. He's like a fly who won't leave you alone. Atuahene rolling around on the turf now. He just will not be silenced. And it's going to be a foul called on Northwestern. Foul called on Jeff Hobson. That's light contact.
Atuahene has been a pest for the Wildcats defense line. Anytime that the defense line gets the ball, Atuahene is there just attacking.
He just continues to buzz around all the major plays. And just when you think he's going to leave out of the play, when most players would give up on a ball, he chases after it, and he does not give up. And it fools a lot of defenders early on.
Yeah, they depossess him. They think that he's just going to stop and kind of pout. But he's right back into it, attack, playing defensive. And that's a good thing, especially for a winger to get it. You just add another defensive player.
Will Mellors-Blair inside the box. Mellors-Blair with a shot, going to be blocked away by Zach Allen. And out for a corner kick. Michigan with some good build-up play there between McAtee, Mellors-Blair, and Tyler Anderson as we were talking. Just outside of the box, a couple good passes led Mellors-Blair with about 5 yards of open green in front of him between him and Zach Allen, but hit it right into his hands, blocked away. Riley Woods now coming out to take that corner.
And it looks like that Atuahene and Mellors-Blair have swapped fields. Now Atuahene is on the left side of the pitch, and Mellors-Blair is on the right. So let's see if it hasn't changed anything up. Atuahene still being a pass that he was, and then getting the ball back.
Riley Woods loops it in with that sweet left, punched away by Allen. Capitula tried to make a half-diving bicycle kick, but it's blocked away. Back into the feet of Brett Nason. Nason's going to play it out to Atuahene. Atuahene going to try and do something with the feed here. Cuts back. He's got 2 defenders on him. He cuts through both of them. Atuahene going to take a shot from outside the box. Right foot! Off the foot of Colin McAtee. Francis Atuahene. Call him Twinkle Toes. Call him Magic Feet. Buy him some glass slippers because that boy is gifted.
He took it to both of them on and just out of nowhere made something.
He tore apart 2 defenders like a lion to its prey. Powered that ball in with his right foot. It was supposed to be a shot, but almost acted like a cross into the box. McAtee unable to put the final touch to it as it passed Zach Allen. Goes out off a Northwestern defender for a Michigan corner. It's going to be Anderson to take it. Off of the corner, ball going to be blocked away by Allen. And it's going to be a foul called in the box on the Wolverines. Really applying the pressure now. Ivo Cerda unable to get The proper header on the ball had to be blocked away yet again by Zach Allen.
Still amazing what Atohene just did to that defense.
In
This
disbelief. Going to be booted away by Zach Allen. Atohene still just trotting out there. Lars Eckenrode. Boot over to Atohene. Atohene not paying attention that time. Going to be booted away by Schnittman. Schnittman going to move the ball up to Hobson. Hobson trying to work it away for Northwestern. Good play there by Evo Cerda. Evo Cerda is going to open up some field for the Wolverines. McAtee up center. Mellors Blair coming down the right. Atohene way over on the left. Mellors Blair trying to work in right. He's going to go right past the defender on Mellors Blair with a good shot. Just a little bit too far wide. Just took that nice heavy touch. Tried to use his speed to get around John Motorwell and take a shot. It was slightly heavy.
He had the defender beat and had all the right to take the shot. Just a little bit too hard. Probably a little bit of weight. Lean back to just a little too bit. And now it's going to be a goal kick for Northwestern.
Allen with the busiest feet on the field today. Numerous goal kicks and free kicks. Too many to count.
And quite a few saves, too. Even though
very good saves. The Wolverines now up to 20 shots in the game.
Zach Allen's had a busy day, and yes, he has given up 2 goals, but everything else besides those 2 goals, he's been very, very good on his line.
Good play from Brett Nason there, but he loses possession out to Jeff Hobson. Foul going to be called on the Wolverines after Hobson is bullied around. It'll be a free kick for Northwestern. Looks like Buscher going to come over to take it again. Buscher now calling over for Forsgren. Northwestern going to have some options with the free kick here. Forsgren standing behind it now. Looks to be the sole kick taker at the moment. Forsgren going to try and get it in there with his left foot. Thought about it, stopped, going to reset. Here comes the boot. Going to go wide. Off of Henry Harrell, back out of the box, cleared. Good job by Billy Stevens there. Stevens again, right back up off his feet to head it away and out for a Northwestern corner. Throw.
Stevens covering so much ground, and it looks like that he's down on one knee. It looks like he took an elbow. Probably got a wind knocked out of him a little bit, but
it's been an active half to say the least for Billy Stevens. Whether it was aggressively meeting some Northwestern players in some unfriendly confines to bouncing all over the play in the back 4 line.
And with 20 minutes to go, Northwestern either has to keep up this pace, and they have gotten a few more looks using with this super aggressive look. But Michigan's defense has been able to snuff out any attack, and it looks like that Northwestern have to come up with another plan.
Tyler Anderson going to boot that one away. It's going to go back to Henry Harrell. Colin McAtee going to bother him. Give a bit of an awkward moment for Northwestern. Henry Harrell did well to stay cool under pressure as he headed it back to Zach Allen. Good pressure applied by McAtee as well to make him think for a minute.
McAtee really putting some pressure up since he's come back onto the pitch.
Headed away by Andre Morris. Atohene going to have another chance here with the feet. Beautiful pass to Cerda, and Atohene works his way around into some green down that left-hand side. He tries to cut through 2 defenders again. He gets around. Atohene with a cross. That boy is something.
And once again, he's just taking apart the defense, and he's cutting right and left and really using his right foot to cut once back again. And the defenders just don't know what to do with him. Even with 2 on there, he's still cutting right through the middle of them, splitting them apart, and then cutting him back.
Tried to cross into both McAtee and Mellors Blair, but a little short on that one as it was cleared by Zach Allen. Ball back in Michigan possession. Nason working it up to Mellors Blair. Is going to try and work up that far side. Cuts back in towards center, gives it off to Tyler Anderson, who's going to dump it back to Billy Stevens. Stevens back to Cerda. Cerda back to Mellors Blair. Mellors Blair back to Cerda. Some very good back and forth passing as the Wolverines try and find an open hole in this Northwestern defense. Brett Nason working it up just past midfield. Now he's going to dump it off over to Riley Woods. Riley Woods back to Andre Morris. A little bit long on that one, but it'll be hit back up by Evan Loro. Off the head of Schnittman. Schnittman back to Hobson. Atohene has one possession now down the sideline for the Wolverines. Riley Woods trying to clear it down. Unable to do so. Andre Morris finally boots it up and out of play. After some aggressive play back and forth for possession, results in a Northwestern throw for Schnittman.
And looks like there's another substitute for Northwestern. Northwestern, Gannett Tuji comes on for and he came back on. But let's see if he can change it up for the offense for Northwestern.
As you said, it's 2G back on for Northwestern now. Number 2 coming into a center attacking position up top for them. Bit of a speedster as we saw in the end of the first half, maybe trying to recreate some of that speed that Atuahene's been using to burn this Northwestern defense all day for their own benefit.
And not just for Northwestern, Michigan also had a substitution. Borges came back on, really hoping to get back into the game.
Northwestern right now trying to maintain possession for just a little while. Build something up. Ball with Schnittman on the near side. Schnittman works it up to Misimo. Out of play for a Michigan throw off the feet of Misimo.
I don't think Misimo shifted from the center to the right now on the right side of the pitch. And let's see if he can change it up a little bit because Northwestern needs to come up with something here. With 17 minutes to go, they really have to at least get one back to get back into this game.
Big throw from Riley Woods, going to be bounced around, eventually find its way back on the opposite side of the field to the feet of Billy Stevens, who's going to clear it out just at about midfield. Northwestern going to have a throw from there. Taking it is Nate Dearth. To be one to Evo Serta. Serta cuts it back, goes to Mellors Blair. Mellors Blair spotting up his options upfield. Looks for Colin McAtee. McAtee trying to work his way around there. Had Henry Harrell on the ropes, but just a little bit too far to get done by Zach Allen, who comes off his line very well.
And has actually had a pretty good gate. Also, not letting McAtee get to that. Nor so letting Sewell was back on the pitch.
Northwestern have won themselves a throw inside Michigan's half, taken by Schnittman. Schnittman going back to Calistri. Calistri trying to work his way around the Michigan defense. He's going to be pushed to the ground by Riley Woods. Wouldn't be surprised if Riley Woods were to receive a card here. Calistri down, holding his face. Appears to have taken an elbow or a forearm from Riley Woods.
I know the Northwestern players look pretty upset with no card, no call or anything, not even a warning to Riley Woods, but hopefully this doesn't spark up that aggression we saw earlier this half.
Calistri trying to get back up off the ground. Meanwhile, Jeff Hobson has been all over the referee this half. Call after call, he has pleaded for cards against the Wolverines. Each time, no avail. Camden Buescher back again. Has had several free kicks from this position today to loop it in with that right foot. Whistle blows, he's going to loop it in again. Looking forward in the box. Unable to find anybody. It's back to the feet of Henry Harrell. Harrell takes a shot.
It looks like it's going to be a corner this time.
Going to be deflected by one of the Wolverines off the shot by Harrell. And Buescher rushes over to the corner to quickly take this one. Going to try it again with that right. Northwestern pressing. Cross in the box, going to be headed away. Going to find its way to the feet of Hobson. Hobson tries to take a shot from a ball in midair. Unable to bring it under control and boots it a mile over the top bar and out of play for a Michigan goal kick. .15:40 left to play here in the second half. Wolverines with a 2-0 lead over the Northwestern Wildcats. Again, both goals coming in the first half courtesy of Atuahene and Capitula.
And if you're Northwestern right now, what do you change in the last 15 minutes to at least get one back or at least to even get fully back into this game?
The Wildcats have the right idea. They're applying the pressure, just unable to break through that Michigan back four and unable to capitalize on their opportunities. Here comes another opportunity here. Misimo's going to work it on the right-hand side, trying to get around Riley Woods there. Misimo's going to get around. He's going to try and bring a cross in. Good diving block there by Riley Woods as he's able to clear it away. And that's exactly what Northwestern can't cope with. Michigan's defensive four, every time Northwestern gets an opportunity, they recover and somehow manage to keep them from scoring. Good cross played into the box by Colin McAtee. He was looking for Mellors Blair. 2 boot touches in front of him, unable to get to it as it's picked up again by Zach Allen.
A great cross by McAtee, really working well. Mellors Blair up on the right wing.
Goal kick going to be cleared away. Find its way to the feet of Andre Morris. Play up on the sideline. Going to go off the foot of Tyler Anderson for a Northwestern throw. Buescher taking it here. Buescher looking for Calistri. Winds up finding 2G on the line. 2G goes down. Good defense by the Wolverines. Back to Marcelo Borges. And cleared forward by Tyler Anderson. Anderson going to let this one go out of play for a Michigan throw after the boot forward by Nate Dearth failed to find anyone. Taking the throw is Riley Woods. Woods trying to get some options for himself. Looking for the long throw, maybe to Serta. Off the head of McAtee. McAtee heads it to where Serta was, not where Serta is. Cleared forward by Riley Woods, and back to that back defensive line again. Nate Dearth with a good clearance. Well controlled by Hobson. Hobson over to Buescher. Anderson and good in defense. Northwestern able to maintain the possession. Still trying to make those plays upfield as they tried the air through ball again. Looking for Jake Roberge, but unable to find him. Jake Roberge has made a re-entry into this game.
And time's starting to run out for Northwestern. The through balls over the top are not working. Michigan's defensive line is just clearly just superior right now. And what can Northwestern really do?
We are about to find out. They're still struggling again to cope with that Michigan back four who have been rock hard in defense. Unable to bust through.
Again, Northwestern struggling to keep any possession. Every time they get the ball, they're just looking up, trying to get the ball back up. But maybe it's time for them to slow down a little bit.
They sound sort of like a French musical act, but the brothers Roberge are playing together up top for the Northwestern Wildcats. It's going to be Mike Roberge taking this one at the top of the box. Looking to find his brother Jake. Roberge still with the ball. Wolverines not coming in super heavy in defense, leaving men in the box to deal. And Northwestern's going to shoot themselves in the foot here. Roberge tried to make a pass over to Buescher. Unable to find him as it rolls out of play, and the Wolverines get the throw and end the Northwestern threat.
Northwestern's starting to look a little bit tired. Maybe that high octane offense that they had going on for the beginning of the first 20 minutes or so, the second half, starting to look like it's going to the leg, starting to make not thinking a little bit. Passes are looking a little more sloppy.
Battling for possession in midfield. Tyler Anderson has the ball for the Wolverines. Back up to Evo Serta. Serta's got some green in front of him. He cuts back to McAtee. McAtee with a beautiful back foot pass to Borges. Borges had some touches in him, but he didn't take them. Took the shot right away, right into the hands of Zach Allen. A beautiful back heel pass from Colin McAtee to set that one up.
McAtee really thinking ahead, really seeing that Borges, that he had him on the behind him, and just sort of taking one more touch, one or two more touches, and you have a better shot then.
How about that nifty back heel, though? Really opened up the field for Borges. He probably was able to take 2 or 3 more touches, were he to keep the ball at his feet. Evan Laurel, meanwhile, has cleared the ball up to Will Mellors-Blair. Evo Serta right in center of the field. Back to Mellors-Blair. Mellors-Blair going to take a shot, bounces off a Northwestern defender. Tyler Anderson out on the side, decides not to cross, kicks it back to Billy Stevens. Billy Stevens going to loop it across, blocked away by Northwestern. Billy Stevens still working up there. Covering in defense, Jake Roberge.
McAtee with a cross.
Good cross in by McAtee, but it's going to be headed away. Right to the feet of Tyler Anderson. Anderson going to try and take a shot. Speculative. Over the bar. Not quite there. Wolverines really just wasting the clock away here. 10:36 left to play as they hold on to this 2-goal lead.
Well, really, it's 10:36 plus the 3 or 4 minutes of the...
There is no added time in college soccer.
Really?
The clock in college stops during stoppages of play. Therefore, there is no stoppage time.
Wow.
Interesting. Riley Woods with the ball here on the left side. Marcelo Borges working up towards the center. Borges really working his way around the defense. Oh. He goes down in the box.
And it will be a goal kick.
And it goes out for a goal kick. Borges looking for the penalty. He took a bit of a shove in the back there from Nate Dearth, but no call. Referee lets them play on. Very close there in defense. Borges, though, blazing speed, worked his way around 3 Northwestern defenders. Tried to open up that left foot for a shot on goal, but unable to as it rolls back. Zach Allen boots it upfield. Mike Roberge working for the ball. Riley Woods going to try and clear it away. Circus kick. Riley Woods again clears it right out of play. Coming up now for the throw is Buescher. Buescher sizing up his options down that sideline. Northwestern in desperate need of a goal. He finds Misimo down that right-hand side. Misimo going to try and loop in across, but it's taken back by Evan Laurel. Laurel kind of careless there. Came off his line, tried to handle it, even though it was going out of play. essentially handed Northwestern a corner kick.
Well, the way Northwestern's been handling their corner kicks, will they change anything up here? All 6 of them have been snuffed out.
Northwestern putting everyone in the box except for one. The lone defender, Motorwell, standing down there. Corner kick is going to be hauled in well by Evan Loro. Loro's got it, allowing the Wolverines to get back into play. Tyler Anderson making that run up that right-hand side. Going to try and keep the ball in play, unable to do so. Saw him coming from a long way off. Tyler Anderson had a lot of green in front of him. Loro caught him as well, but just placed that kick a little bit too far out in front of him. Possession back with Northwestern. Borges battling there along with Billy Stevens. Goes out off the foot of Jake Roberge for a throw. Billy Stevens right in front of the Michigan Ultra fan section, looking at where he wants to place it. Throws it in. Possession's going to be won away by Northwestern. Ball's going to fall back to the feet of Andre Morris in defense, who's going to boot it back to Loro. Loro simply boots it away, out of play, and it'll be a Northwestern throw. Oh, Northwestern able to keep possession. A good play there on that left-hand side from Mike Roberge to keep the ball in play. Roberge working up now. Throws a cross in, headed away by Riley Woods. Push back, Lars Eckenrode with the clearance now.
And again, Northwestern really getting their time and touches, but where's that cross going to? Where's that third pass over the top? They maybe need to just pass it, keep it on the ground, and move the ball a little bit more before they start taking a nice cross in.
Out of play, throw for Drew Rosenberg. Rosenberg back in the game in defense for Northwestern. Battling at midfield is Hobson. Battling with Ivo Cerda. Cerda back on top of Misimo. Good sliding tackle by Lars Eckenrode to clear it. Off the head of Brett Nason. Tyler Anderson tried to make a play on it, but couldn't. Northwestern wins back possession. Cleared away again well by Nason. And a foul called right at midfield. This one will be on Sam Forsgren for a foul on Ivo Cerda, who is still down holding his leg. Up fairly quickly, no card shown. Will be a Michigan free kick from just past their own part of midfield. Taken by Andre Morris, looking for Will Mellors-Blair down the right-hand side. Worked away well by Henry Harrell. Harrell going to get it back to Drew Rosenberg. Rosenberg going to get it out to Misimo, off the foot of Misimo for a Michigan throw. Got more substitutes coming on. Francis Atuahene coming on for Will Mellors-Blair. Michael Capitula coming on for Tyler Anderson. Both will get a good round of applause as they come off. Riley Woods back to take the throw for the Wolverines. Capitula and Atuahene on the 2 goal scorers on the day for the Wolverines. Capitula working it on the far side. He's pushed down to the ground by Northwestern. No call. Still battling with 2 defenders with a foot in play. Ball's going to fall right to Ivo Cerda. Cerda's going to have an open chance in the box. Cerda took a shot. Couldn't tell if he was going for the far post or if he was looking for McAtee. Either way, it falls between the 2 and rolls past the byline for a goal kick. Mike Roberge off for the Northwestern Wildcats, now coming on to replace him, number 9, Ilo Ozumba. Michigan regains possession. Marcelo Borges just past midfield. Ball at the feet of Colin McAtee. Borges pushing forward. Michigan has men. Atuahene is going to find this ball with a little bit of green out to the left. See if he cuts in or goes out. Cuts in or goes out. Deciding to go left, right, foot over. Atuahene works back. He's got open green in the box. He takes a shot, tries to bend it past Zach Allen. And again, that second goal eludes Atuahene.
Atuahene really looking for the brace, and he's had a few opportunities now, and he's just ever so close for it.
Could have double braced by this point. Hat-tricked at least. Unable to find that elusive second goal. The Wolverines still sitting with a 2-0 lead. 4:40 left in this one. Getting ready to take a corner kick. Michael Capitula going to take the short pass off to Riley Woods. Riley Woods going to hit it into the box. Looking for Atuahene. Atuahene with a header. And going to have to be cleared away by Zach Allen. Pushed over the top of the bar. Atuahene unmarked for some reason in the box.
He raises the ball to the defense and got a good head on it. And Zach Allen, the keeper, looking a little bit frustrated with his defense right now.
He is one heck of an athletic specimen. He's got the speed. He's got the jump.
the touches, the feet, the footwork. Let's not forget his footwork now.
The footwork, the most amazing thing to me. I'm gonna start calling him glass slippers. Capitula going to take the ball in for the Wolverines off the corner. Simply kicks it off the Northwestern defense for a throw. Capitula looking at his options. Evo Serta coming in outside the box. Simply going to go to Riley Woods. Woods trying to work his way around the defender and loop in across. Woods working in the corner. Kicks it off the Northwestern defense and wins the Wolverines yet another corner kick. This will be the 8th of the day for Michigan. Still both teams yet to capitalize off of a corner. Evo Serta with the ball. Capitula tries to play it back. Serta winning possession. Going to go out off the feet of Serta for a Northwestern throw. Serta angrily throws the ball down. Play called to a halt as the referee warns Serta. Going to see another Northwestern substitution here in the meantime. Riley Kellner is coming on. Can't tell who just came off. I believe that was Henry Harrell. Harrell has played the entire game so far for Northwestern, now coming off. Meanwhile, the Wolverines working the ball up to Atuahene. How does this man do it?
Using his head this time to rebalance himself and get a shot off.
Whoever is defending him, tough luck. He works his way around every defender. He headed this ball over to the left-hand side, took a shot, looped it back in, just missing by a foot or two off of that far post yet again. Atuahene. Michigan in total with 27 shots this game.
Atuahene just working both left and right sides. It's not like he's just being focusly dominant on one side.
Northwestern defense going to have to try and clear it away. Evo Serta going to head it back to Capitula. Capitula's going to have Atuahene if Northwestern isn't careful. Atuahene standing there on that far side. Capitula sizing up his options. Going to be played off the foot of Drew Rosenberg and out for a Michigan throw. Woods coming up to take it now.
Atuahene making sure he's still on sides for Capitula. But now the throw-in looks like they're looking for Atuahene.
Atuahene going to work his way in off the throw. He wins inside position. Gets around 3 Northwestern defenders. Still has the ball in the box. Crosses into contact. Goal! Atuahene back to McAtee. Goal for the Wolverines as they take a 3-0 lead here in the dying embers of this one.
And that should be it. That should really close the door with only 2 minutes left to go. Atuahene playing the unselfish ball and looking his open and get McAtee, who just pops it into the back end.
Francis Atuahene worked the inside position off of the throw-in, worked his way around 3 Northwestern defenders, kept the ball, had an easy tap over to McAtee, who slotted it past Allen for the 3rd Michigan goal of the afternoon. Make it a goal and an assist in the tally column for Francis Atuahene, the new wonder kid of Michigan soccer. Credit McAtee on the goal. Credit Atuahene with making the opportunity.
Yes, and Capitula, give credit Capitula who started off the throw, who started the throw-in, and Atuahene just took it himself and slipped it back to McAtee.
Northwestern going to try and salvage a goal if they can out of this one. Only 1:20 left. They're working the ball up the side with Misimo. Misimo trying to cross in. Evo Serta going to get it away back to Capitula. Capitula going to play it back to Loro, who's just going to clear it away as the Wolverines try and waste what time is left in this one. Back to Marcelo Borges down that right-hand side. Borges coming up the sideline. He's going to be shoved to the ground and a foul called on Northwestern. That one going to be against Calistri. Michigan going to take their time on this free kick. Just 50 seconds left in this one. An offensive grindhouse of a performance from the Wolverines this afternoon against Northwestern.
They started off great. They started off the first half attacking right off the get-go, and then they just continued that all the way down.
Look out. He's got the ball at his feet again. He's just toying with defenders. Atuahene. Foot over after foot over. What can you do?
And that really puts a seed of fear into the defender's mind when they see just one-on-one Atuahene at this point. They're not looking to overly attack him because he can just get past you.
20 seconds left in this one. Northwestern going to have themselves a throw-in, or a free kick at that, it appears. Free kick over on the far side. Worked back by Rosenberg. Rosenberg going to boot this one up. 8 seconds left as the Wolverine faithful count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that's going to do it here for the Wolverines. Down on the far side, Francis Atuahene is psyched up. The Wolverine fans are psyched up. He's going to get hugs from everybody. Michigan wins their Big Ten home opener against the Northwestern Wildcats 3-0 here. Goals in the first half from Atuahene and Capitula. Atuahene with the nail in the coffin here towards the end to close it out at 3-0. Michigan advancing to 1-0-1 in their Big Ten record after that disappointing tie to Maryland last week. But what a game here from the Wolverines today, knocking off Northwestern by a score of 3-0. Alex, what'd you see out there from the Wolverines?
Well, first of all, Atuahene put up an amazing night. He was his first the goal and then now the assist. He really showed that not only does he have the footwork and the foot skills, but he has the ability to look up, pick his pass, and slot it in. The defense, Lars Eckenrode was a central figure for the defense. Cleared out anything. Sliding tackle was always there, always prevalent in the defensive stand. And lastly, Michigan just got their 150th win in program history.
Nice tidbit there. Coach Shakadeli going to go celebrate this one with the team. You heard it here first, folks. The Wolverines taking this one by a score of 3-0. They'll be back in action next week. We'll have the call for you as they're going to take on Oakland at Oakland. We're going to travel over to the Detroit area for that one in 3 days' time. Look out for that broadcast. In the meantime, we hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Sunday night. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at WCBN Sports. Also follow us on Twitter with the same handle. I'm Jeremy Parks. Alongside me, Alex Lopez and Matthew Cox. We're going to leave you from U of M Soccer Stadium with a good night and a Go Blue.